Yo, I am Tony Carnes, and I'm gonna give you the lowdown on my x-saber deck. Very competitive. I'm a good player, and I'm going to give you my lowdown of my cards, my lineup, and tell you the reasons of why some of the more suspicious cards are in my deck. Let's start here. Here are my monster lineup, my x-saber monsters anyway. I got 3 Fall Troll, 2 Boggarts, 3 x-saber Airbellums, 2 Full Helm Knights, 1 Rajigira, 1 Dark Soul, 1 Poshel, and a Guard Strike. Now the reason I have Guard Strike in here is because he can easily make 8 stars, and he's not that hard to summon, honestly, in this format, if you're milling or doing whatever with your X-Sabers. This is more of a controlled version, by the way. The Fall Troll loop doesn't really do much here. I'm still able to make it, but it's not the main part of the deck's ability. I have 1 Rajigira, just because if you have 2 or 3 Rajigiras like in old formats, you're going to draw into them, you're going to be setting them, and you're going to be dying often. Let's see. My Dark Soul. I would have another Dark Soul in here, and I would be replacing a lot of stuff in my deck if I had Dark Souls and Ember's Blades, but I'll get to that in a minute. I have 2 Bottomless for my traps, 2 Gotham Z-Call, 2 Saber Hole, a Torrential Tribute, Dust Tornado, Mere Force, Starlight Road, and Solemn Judgment. Now, the reason I have 1 Dust Tornado is, I don't know, I guess I can't kill traps enough. 2 Saber Hole is good. 1 Saber Hole means you're never going to draw it, and if you draw it, it's going to be useless. 3 Saber Hole means you're going to clog your hand with crap and not be able to use those. 2 is just fine. 2 E-Call. Some people run 3 E-Call. I just run 2. I don't mill enough to be able to consistently use them, and sometimes I draw 3 in my first hand, and that's just never good. Unless you're in a mirror match, then have fun. My spell lineup. I have Cold Wave, Brain Control, Mind Control, Typhoon, Giant Trunade, Heavy Storm, and my body as a shield. Pretty much anything that'll stop you from summoning your X-Sabers is in the spell lineup to prevent that from happening, except for Brain Control and Mind Control. They're just there for the obvious reasons. Tuners, of course, are her. Okay, my non-X-Saber monster lineup is Rescue Cat, 1 Raikou, 2 Giant Rat, a Card Trooper, 2 Amazoness Chain Masters, don't stop watching this video yet, and Gore's Emissary of Darkness. Now, I run 2 Giant Rat because I don't have 2 Ember's Blades, but if I had 2 Ember's Blade, they'd be replacing quick. I mean, the downside to having Giant Rats instead of Ember's Blade is they don't count as X-Saber, so you won't be able to revive them with Gotham Z-Call. But Ember's Blades can't get Rescue Cat, so I guess he's a boss right now. I run 1 Raikou for the sake of Rescue Cat, just in case you want that Catastor, or if you draw it first turn, you can easily set it, mill some cards. I run a Card Trooper. I don't know why. If I get a Dark Soul, another Dark Soul, he's the one that's going to be gone. I run 2 Amazoness Chain Masters. I wanted to try that out because I really didn't know what else to put in my deck, because, yeah, but I tried it out today, and it works very well against Black Wings and other monsters that are reliant on attacking, because it's an immediate +1 for 1,500 life points, and plus you'll get your draw. You'll immediately be 2 ahead of them. The downside is you could draw it, top deck it, and it'll just be horrible. You could not have enough life points. You'll end up dying. Gores, obvious. I mean, people say, if you're running Starlight Road, why do you run Gores? Because I keep Gores in my hand. Like, if I have a Starlight Road and Gores in my hand, I'm going to set the Starlight Road if I have any other traps, and I'll just play it out as if I didn't have Gores in my hand. You just got to use Gores as if it's the last resort, and they're attacking you directly, and your field somehow gets clear. Otherwise, you're in the good shape. Yeah, that's the main deck. 40 cards. Let's see, 7 spells, 22 monsters, and I think 11 traps. And let's see, I'll go to my side deck now. I have 3 Zombie World, 1 Nobleman, 1 Saber Slash, 1 1-for-1, Nobleman a Crossout, 2 Shadow Imprisoning Mirror, Dust Tornado, 2 Consecrated Lights, 2 DD Crows, Gotham Z-Call, Mind Crush. Now, I keep Mind Crush. Everybody should side deck Mind Crush because of the new ruling. You basically get to look at their hand no matter if you get it wrong or right. As long as all legal copies of the card are not public knowledge, you'll be able to take a sneak peek. I run Nobleman just in case Monarchs, Zombie World, Monarchs. 1-for-1 in the side deck. Now, I know some of you are thinking, why don't you run 1-for-1 in your main deck? Because, retard, if 1-for-1 only targets 1 Rajigira in my deck, and the people who think I should have 2 Rajigira in my deck, you can go fuck yourself. 1-for-1 is good because if you're having Consecrated Lights and you're going against Infernities, That's an easy way to get Consecrated Light out, because there's only like Book of Moon and Raikou are the only cards that Infernity's pretty much side deck that can get rid of your Consecrated Light. People can run Crevice instead of Shadow Imprisoning Mirror, but my playstyle, I guess, I'll side out my Gores, put in the Shadow Imprisoning Mirrors, the Crows. The 30 call is for mirror matches against X-Sabers, because that makes it amazing. Saber Slash, I don't have a side deck for GBs. I honestly don't think I could possibly lose to Gladiator Beast with my deck, any of it. I just think it's way, GBs are way too inconsistent now. You can run them over with Spell Trap removal in your disposal. But if you have problems, you can use Saber Slash against them if you really, really want to. I wouldn't side against GBs. I'll just laugh in their face and say, why are you playing GBs, faggot? Saber Slash can also work against people who use Macro Cosmos, remove stuff. I mean, you gotta have something for that or else you're screwed up. Okay, and my extra deck. I've got 2 Gotems. One's an ulti, one's a ultra. I got Stardust Dragon, 1 Colossal, 1 Red Dragon. Everybody's like, why do you run 1 Stardust when you have Starlight Road? Well, once again, retard, it's not often that you summon Stardust Dragon normally in this deck. And the chances of you needing a Stardust Dragon after Starlight Road's been activated, wow, that'd be pretty situational. Colossal Fighter, Red Dragon, Herbellum, Black Rose, Ancient Fairy. I keep Ancient Fairy in here because it's 3,000 defense, and against gadgets, if it's your only option, you can defend until they get really pissed off. Hunlei, 2 Hunlei. 1 Bryonic, 1 Goyo, very German Goyo Guardian. It's got Goyo Wachstar. I have an X-Saber Wayne. I got rid of my German Android for this because it's not only dual terminals, screw you Toolbox, you can fuck off, but it's an X-Saber, and getting out a 5-star X-Saber can sometimes help your E-calls if need be. I mean, somewhat situational, but it's there just in case. 1 Catastor and 1 Armory Arm. Changes I would make to this deck if I could, I would definitely replace some cards. I would definitely replace the Rats with 2 Ember's Blade and the Card Trooper with Dark Soul. Amazon's Chainmasters, I'm just having shits and giggles with them. I think they're amazing in some terms, but side them out against pretty much anything that doesn't involve attacking you. They're also 1500 beat sticks, all that good old junk. And it looks like this is what I've got. I'm going to be going to Hillsboro, Oregon Regionals Sunday, June 20th. And this is the deck I'm going to be using. Maybe I'll be using Ember's Blades instead of Rats because I know some people who can hook me up. But this is what I've got, and it wins games, trust me.